Hey, what up, guys? We're back. Welcome to the This Is My Moment podcast. I'm your host, Patrick Mitchell. Now, you know who I got riding shotgun.
Yeet, yeet. You know what it is. Money Mitch back for another episode.
Let's go to work.
There ain't no stopping it. This is my moment. Join the movement. We bringing people together, bringing positivity, making changes for the better.
I have someone with me that I wanted to talk to. So when we got to San Antonio, we didn't know a lot of people, right? So I went on the social media and whatever to try to find some in-person guests, right? Just to get people that we can see if they talking about what we talking about, right?
Yeah.
And the person that I got with me today, she was the first person hit me back. So I was like, "Yep." I told Ashley, let's get her info, and she hit me on the messenger. We did all that stuff, man, and she was the very first person to hit me back when I put that line out there. So introduce yourself to the family.
Hey, family. I am Bonita Owens. I am a speaker. I'm a life and leadership coach. And I'm passionate about helping people be the best versions of themselves.
That sounds familiar.
I was about to say, right on par, right?
We dig that. What you got going on? What's going on in your life right now?
Wow, what's going on? A lot of things.
Talk to me, give me one.
I am right now. I'm really focusing on in the corporate space and helping organizations with their leaders. So I really believe I'm passionate about working with leaders because leaders have influence and impact, right? And so with that, I believe that why should we have a work environment that you can't wait to get away from on Friday and you dreading to go to on Monday, right?
Just talked about that. Yes.
And so with that, it's really about how do we develop leaders, right? And to set that stage where, I believe you spend 40 plus hours at work.
Yeah.
That affects one of my mottos is work is life, life is work.
Yeah,
and so you take that home and you bring what's home to work. And what if we can create an environment where it's peaceful and pleasant and it's a thriving environment at work?
Yeah.
And what could your home life be, right? When you go home, you're not as cranky and tired and drained.
Yeah. Because in real life, you spend a lot more time with the people at work than you do with your family in most cases.
You do. And so I got that going on. And I'm really passionate also about working with women. So I do one-on-one coaching with women out of my story. We'll get into that, but just how I got here and doing what I do. I'm really passionate about supporting women and helping them navigate this life and career and work.
Yeah. I tell you what, I've been married 24 years, good long time, and don't tell I said.
Congratulations.
Who hugged me?
Both of y'all.
Oh no,
but more for her because I know it's trying times. I know
she
it's trying times.
She deserves a medal, and I don't even know her.
Hey, don't do that.
You gotta keep it real.
No, it ain't that.
Oh, just kidding.
Sometimes. but I have a daughter that's working and stuff like that. So when you talk about women empowerment and things like that, I think that's huge from a male standpoint that has females that he care about. You know what I mean? Because you think about just the difference that it makes to have a little bit more knowledge, the way that you navigate your home life because you have that knowledge and you take that from the work and the home. And like it's all and you try to leave but you try to leave work at work and you know what I'm saying? But sometimes it comes home. So now we miserable as men, we miserable because we trying to put up with you. And I could ask Heather, hey babe, what's wrong? And it's nothing. Good and well, something wrong because you can see it on her face.
Right.
Yeah. But when you talk about that empowerment and giving people those
tools that they need to navigate those
and
situations.
And that not only it's not helping you guys or the women,
helping the
it's helping me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because now I ain't got to try to figure out what's going on. And every man, what's what we do? Like, you've been married a long time. You got somebody in your life that means something to you. You're going to try to figure out.
Yeah.
You're going to try to fix it.
You want you to fix it.
And sometimes it don't need fixing. Sometimes you just need to be the ear.
Yes.
Right?
That's the biggest lesson men need to learn. Sorry, yes.
Just to be the ear?
To be the ear.
Today's gonna be one of those men take notes. Get your pen is out, get your paper out. It's gonna be an informative episode.
I'm finna give you some game. What inspired you to pursue that? Like helping us be better. What started?
Yeah, so I went on a quest, a personal journey. So I went through what I call a mom life crisis.
Okay.
Where I just woke up one day and realized that, man, I was, focusing on my husband. I'm a military spouse. And so just, focusing on supporting my husband and his career and kids and all of that. I lost myself in the process, and I forgot about my creativity and what I had to offer the world. And not complaining at all, right? I love the roles that I played. However, a part of me was missing, and I was like, where did I go? Where did this girl go?
I get lost in the shuffle.
Yeah, I got lost in the shuffle, and so I was like, okay, what do I want to do? What I want to be when I grow up, so to speak. And I had a career. I had a career in healthcare. Yeah. But as you know, like moving every 3 years, I'm in and out of the workforce. But I love what I did, but I knew it was something more for me to do.
Yeah.
So I went on the journey to figure what that is. What is my gift? What is my purpose? What is the thing that I'm supposed to be doing? Yeah. And so I heard people talk about the fact that, your gift is something that comes easily to you. And you tend to overlook it because it's right there, but because it's easy, you figure, well, this can't be the gift.
Yeah.
I could do this in my sleep, right?
Yeah.
Well, I thought God didn't give me a gift. I have to be honest. I was like, because I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
What? God, did you leave me off the gift roster? Because I can't figure this out.
Yeah.
So one day I had a light bulb moment, literally had a light bulb moment. And I realized, and I was in a conference. I had tried different businesses and different things, trying to find my thing. Yeah. I was actually in a business conference. And there was just a time I was just asking those questions. Yeah. I was in this room, probably 200 plus people. And I was just in a zone of the moment. There was somebody on the stage talking. And I don't remember, I can't tell you who it was and what they were talking about. Because that wasn't why I was in it. Yeah. But I was like, why do I love this so much? I might as well have been in that moment like the only person in the room. I was just like zoned in. Yeah. At that moment, when I asked myself that question, I realized I just had these flashbacks about how I've always spoken. Like as a child, I've done plays and been on stage and, spoken in churches and school. I've always been a speaker. Yeah. But I never saw myself as doing that professionally. Yeah. So I realized, whoa, the reason I'm in this, because that's supposed to be me. So I decided at that moment, I was like, oh my gosh, that is it. I've done this all my life. Yeah. So I wanted to inspire and motivate people through speaking. Yeah. And I've always been into personal development. I've always been reading something, watching something, always trying to just, improve me. Yeah. Yeah. And then I got into coaching because I had a coach. Through a weird way. I'm not going to get into that.
A life coach or like a sports coach?
No, a life coach. Okay. A life coach. I don't do sports.
That's what I was going to say. What you play?
I don't do sports. Yeah, so I had what happened was I went to a nutritionist. Okay. And for weight loss. Yeah. So she had offered a few packages of coaching with somebody else. Like, hey, if you want to add on coaching package to this, you can do that. And I was like, you know what? I've never had a coach. Yeah. I've always wondered what that's like. Let me try it. Yeah. So working with her, I was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. This is part of who I am, because I've always been that person to share what I learned with my friends who are having a hard time, and they would be excited. So that's how I got into speaking and coaching. And I'm like, the saying, if you heard the saying that when you do what you love, you never have to work a day in your life. And I really feel when I'm speaking, inspiring, or coaching, I'm not doing work. I'm doing exactly what I was meant to do and born to do. So that's how I got here.
Let me ask you this here. What exactly is women empowerment coaching? So I'm gonna tell you what I think it is, and get me if I'm wrong. When I think about women empowerment coaching, that's getting them to understand their worth, what they mean inside and outside of the organization. So what is it? Is it exactly women
Well,
empowerment coaching? What is it?
I mean, women empowerment, of course, is just it's really kind of a thought or a movement around how to um, give women the tools, right, to understand their worth.
Yeah.
Helping women to just understand who they are, find their voice,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's really, again, like life and career, right? Life and leadership.
Yeah.
I got into women's empowerment because I was that person who needed to find my voice. I was that person who needed to say yes to me more and no to other things. So one of the things I really help women with is saying no. I've written a book. One of the chapters in my book is called The Power of No. And really helping women to set boundaries. We are nurturers. That's how we were created, right? We bring life into the world. So our nature is to nurture, is to take care of others.
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that. However, sometimes we get out of balance with that. And we so focused on everyone else, we don't put our own oxygen mask on.
Yeah.
And what I realized for me was that I've got to take care of me so that I can be the best version of myself for the people that I take care of and care about.
That's so important.
It's really important. And that's why a lot of us, we could be cranky, we could be tired, we can be, you ask what's wrong, nothing. Well, because everything's wrong. And do you really want to know everything that's going on right now? I don't know if you're ready. And
Buckle up.
so women need to learn how to make the time for themselves so that they can, do the things and not be so stressed and not be so cranky and not be so tired and exhausted, and learn how to say no and learn how to delegate.
Yeah.
He may not fold the clothes and wash like you wash, but you know what? If it's clean, that's all that matters. Let it go.
You know what? I'm gonna have to bring Heather in on this. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you what. So I'm a retired military. My wife's retired also.
Okay.
So what branch of service were you guys?
Army.
Sorry about that.
You Air Force.
Yes, man. But this the thing. Like, she's that way. And we just talked. Matter of fact, yesterday when y'all got into town, so we supposed to be having like a little freeze or something, right? Coming through. So they make these little
spigot covers.
Yeah, so to keep your pipes from freezing.
Yes.
So my wife, she's fussing at me in front of my cousin, in front of my manager, right? That I lost the spigot covers. And I'm like, babe, we can just put a towel on it. Like it's that what you were talking about, like, let him do it his way. Like, you don't have to. It is that part of
dictating the situation,
man. And like, you know what? Let him do it his way. If it don't work out, then we'll fix it. But it's that part of. And I'm like, man, maybe that is a thing. And sometimes people can over control the situation so much so to where it starts to bog them down. Like, you have to be in so much control.
Right.
My way. Oh, hey, why you never helping? And then when I help, you redoing it.
Yeah.
But I didn't fold this towel 3 times. I folded it 4 times. But 4 times is too small to fit into the laundry cabinet. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just over here. But that's a thing, though.
Funny. So, quick question for you, Miss Bonita. What does an empowered woman look like?
An empowered woman is a woman who understands who she is. And what I mean by that, one of the foundational things that I teach and talk about is self-awareness.
Yeah.
What are your likes? What are your dislikes? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses?
Right.
An empowered woman understands that she's always a work in progress, but she doesn't have to be perfect to be great.
No. Right.
And that, you're always just growing but knowing that at the crux of it, she has everything that she needs to do everything that she needs to do. And while she's also learning, and growing.
Nice. Great answer. But that's something that I was thinking about because when I saw woman empowerment coach, I'm like, okay, but what does that finished product look like?
Yeah.
And is there a finished product? Because sometimes in some situations the journey is the destination. So to speak.
That's so true. And I've had men, like when I've gone to places to speak, and I've had men say, okay, why are you only focused on women? Isn't personal development, applicable to everybody?
I had
right?
that question later on. I was going to ask you,
Okay.
do you help men? Are you sex biased? You not helping the fellas?
So this is the answer that I give. Yes, everything I talk about benefits everybody. It benefits men.
Yeah.
However, again, I speak out of my own journey.
There you go.
And my own struggles. Yeah. I think that there are certain things that we all, experience as humans. Mm-hmm. But because of our makeup as women, because of the culture, we live in a patriarchal society. Yeah. I think there are certain things that women deal with more so than men or deal with differently. And so because of that, that there's things that, and I'll give you an example, and there's a Hewlett-Packard study that talks about how when there's a job description, mm-hmm. a man will look at a job description, and if he has one or two of those things, he'll go ahead and apply for the job. If a woman looks at a job description, if she doesn't have 100% of the things, she will not apply for the job.
Mm. It's funny because he applied for a job that he didn't even know what the job was.
See, that's a man.
But I had one thing that looked familiar.
He's like, I know some of these words. Apply.
And so a man will just do that and figure it out later, right? Yeah. And a woman is like, no, because I don't want to present myself the wrong way. Or what if I don't know enough? I don't want to get out there and not know what I'm doing. Yeah. And we tend to, color inside the lines. But that's a lot of that is nurture. Think about it. Boys aren't expected. If a boy is rambunctious in class and fidgety, he's being a boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Girls are expected to color inside the lines and stay seated.
Boys,
and boys will be boys. It's like, oh, there's the boy again, right?
Yeah.
And so a lot of that is the way we were brought up, right? And so I always tell women that we don't want to be men, but there are definitely things that we can learn, from men. And vice versa. So to answer your question, I do have some male clients. The first time I had a male client, I was like, I don't know how this is going to work out. Not that I don't like men. However, I just was like, okay, what can I give? And it's been it's been great experiences. So I can definitely help anyone. I just feel really passionate about helping women break generational curses.
I dig it.
When it comes to not taking care of themselves. Yeah. And so what I found was it's passed down, Mm-hmm. My mother worked hard and gave selflessly, and her mother and her mother. And giving is nothing wrong with giving, right. But where is it out of balance? Where does it affect our health? Where does it affect our mental well-being? Where does it affect our emotional well-being? That is what I'm trying to help women see. And I have a girl, and I tell women, listen, your same-sex children are looking at you as the example.
Yes, ma'am.
How do they know how to take care of themselves if they never see you do it?
Facts.
And that's really what I want to change, and the women take care of themselves. Yeah.
I tell Heather all the time. Heather's my wife, and I tell her all the time, and this is parenting. We got 3 kids. Mm-hmm. Parenting, and you do lose yourself. And I asked, I said, what do you want to do? I don't know, whatever you want to do. And as small as that is, it's just for the simple fact that I think that knowing yourself and not always having to be 100% up under your spouse, up under your lover. Like if you want to go to the movies and you want to go with your girl, you don't have to take me. Like if you want a hamburger and I want pizza, get you a hamburger and I get pizza.
Just having
Yes.
a life outside of the,
Yes,
the community.
yes,
Yeah.
And I'll
yes.
tell you what, it's funny because my wife, she was in the military also, and then being a mom, so she didn't have an identity, right?
Yeah.
If that makes any sense,
Of
Because
herself.
it was the military.
Outside of that,
Right.
yeah.
Military.
And the military takes a lot of your time.
It does, and you're a military, then you're a mom, then you're a
Yes.
wife, and
Yes.
then you are.
Your
Yeah.
individual
What is-
self.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And then so you leave the military, right? You leave your kids, you empty nest.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you just got Patrick.
Yeah.
Good luck. and then yourself. So what are you?
Yeah, now you're at a
So
place
who
where you
are
gotta
You have to
relearn
find-
yourself.
yeah,
Yeah,
you have to
refine
find
yourself
yourself.
after all
Yeah.
of those years
And I
of
think
being so many other people.
Yes.
put different hats.
That focuses on other people, right?
That's a huge, and I think that's undervalued. Like just being like, you know what? No, I'll go by myself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like leave him at the house.
Yes.
I don't think he's gonna be mad all the time because some places she go, I don't want to go. I ain't lying. Matter of fact,
fact.
I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick story. Then I'm gonna ask another question. We went to Home Depot or something the other day. It wasn't Home Depot. It was Home Goods or something. We was looking for pillows,
Yeah, yeah.
and we're walking around, and I'm right to the point. I go right to the back. I'm looking at pillows.
Because that's what
That's
you're
how
here for.
that's how
That's
men
what I'm
shop.
now.
That's how men shop. Yes.
Babe, put the pillow in the basket. We out of here. Wait.
Exactly.
I'm like, no, I don't want to wait.
It's too many
Like,
colors and fabrics in here.
It's too much stuff. So we ended up getting into it. Wasn't an argument, but we disagreed because I was ready to go to the highs. But she wanted to, and
Peruse.
that's who she is. She's a
That's right.
peruser.
Exactly.
And you know what? She does it. She's like, you know what? Next time you stand at home, this is my time.
That's right.
This is, and maybe I come out of here with everything. Maybe I come out of here with nothing.
And that's going to be her moment.
But it's her moment. You know, so that is huge.
When my husband does, he just goes to the car. He's like, I'll be in the car when you finish.
Not
I'm fine
mad.
with that.
Not mad. Let me ask you a question. When you're doing this women empowerment and doing the life coaching stuff, what's been one of the biggest challenges inside of your journey?
Wow. One of the biggest challenges for me was, believe it or not, is knowing that I was good enough to do what I wanted to do. A lot of my life, and especially being in healthcare, in healthcare, you get the degree and you pass the board, you pass the test, right?
Yeah.
And that certifies you to do what it is that you want to do.
That's your validation.
That's the validation. When you do what I do, there's no validate, no cert. I mean, I am certified as a life coach, so I did go through that. But in terms of anything else, there was no validation. I had to find my internal, but I was still looking for, or who gives me the right to speak to people, right?
Yeah.
Who gives me the right to think that I'm, worthy enough to do that? And I really, although I know that was, I have a God-given gift and purpose and talent for it, a passion for it.
Yeah.
I still just and nobody would know that. I have people like, I would never know it. What goes on the inside of your mind, right?
Yeah.
And so I had to stop waiting for someone to pick me and to give me the right to do what it is that I felt called to do.
Yeah.
And I heard someone say one day that it really made an impact, that, who crowned Muhammad Ali the greatest fighter? He did.
Yeah.
He did. He said he was the greatest.
Yeah.
And everyone else believed it.
Yeah.
And so what I realized is that, no one's going to pick me, knight me, right, as you get to do this, but I get to say this is who I am, and other people's, the more I believe it, and then other people believe it too.
Man, talk it. Yeah. Saying no. Talk about saying no. I think, man, that's a heavy phrase, and the reason I say that is because no in itself, I believe, is negative when people look at it. Because that's me asking you for something, you telling me nah. You know what I'm saying? How important do you think it is to say no?
Very important. Very important. And that's why I talk about it. And it's one of the talks I give to women specifically. Again, I think women more so than men have problems saying no.
My mama ain't never had no problem saying no.
To
I
you.
I feel like I heard no for about 6 years. It was no to everything.
And maybe to you, but there may be other people.
Facts.
And she might not have had that problem. But, a lot of times we tell our kids no all day. Right? But we may not tell our boss no. We may not tell our friends no. We might not tell our mothers no. Right?
Yeah.
So there are other people in our circle that we may not tell no to. Right? We might not say no to. And so when you're a mother, there's a power dynamic there, right?
Gotcha.
My house, my rules.
All right.
Right.
Now, some parents do really want to please their kids, and they still don't say no to their kids too. I meet a lot of women who are like that as well, But usually black mamas don't have a problem saying no.
In my experience, I have experienced the same thing.
You already know what's going on.
Yeah, from a person with 6 aunts. Yes. They do not have a problem saying no. Even when they love you to death. Still, the big N and the big O.
And sometimes they're saying no because they love you.
Yeah.
There you go.
You can't always give you what you ask for.
Yeah,
exactly. But it's really, really important. And what I find is I meet so many women who aren't doing what they really want to be doing because they can't say no to all the other things in their lives. Everything pulling on them. A lot of women I talk to, they're high performing people pleasers.
Oh, wow.
And so meaning that they're go-getters, they're great at what they do, they're great at their careers or whatever. Yeah. They run the home, they run the things where they work, people come to them because they're reliable. People come to them because they get the job done, right? Yeah. People come to them because they are somebody that they can depend on.
Yeah. Right.
Well, the flip side of that is, one, they're so busy doing all the things that they're not doing what they really want to be doing. They don't have time for themselves, right? They don't have time to take care of themselves. They don't have time to think, right? All the things. And so setting those boundaries, what I have found when women don't lack those boundaries, that's when they start feeling lost. That's when they start feeling drained. That's when they start feeling stressed.
Yeah.
Because they're not saying no. So when I say every time you say yes to someone else, you're still saying no. You're saying no to yourself.
Oh.
And the other thing I talk about is the fact that a lot of times we say yes when we really don't want to.
Yeah.
And so that's a lack of integrity because you're lying to yourself. You're lying to that other person.
Yeah.
And you're lying to yourself. When you say yes and you really want to say no, but you say yes, right? They may not know it, but you know it.
Yeah.
And what is that doing to your psyche?
Yeah.
Right? When you're not aligned with your integrity, when you're not aligned with what you really want to be doing, because you're saying no, yes to everybody. Yeah. And I had to learn this for myself. I was a people pleaser.
Yeah.
And I remember the last time I did this and I decided to change. There was somebody that I admired. Actually, she was a coach. She was doing some of the things that I wanted to do. Yeah. She invited me into this circle, right?
Okay.
And because I wanted to get to know her and learn from her and her be my mentor, I said yes. So the circle you had to pay, and it wasn't because I didn't want to pay. It was just, it just wasn't what I really wanted to do. I didn't want to be in this circle, but I said yes so I could get in her circle, right? Because I'm like, if I say no, then she may not want to talk to me anymore, right? Yeah. So I remember saying yes to her. And when I hung up the phone, I said,
why did I say that?
You know you didn't want to do this. You don't have time for this. This is not what you really want to be doing.
Yeah.
So I stewed on that for a few days. I said, you know what? I'm going to call her back. And I'm going to tell her, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And I did. I called her back and I said, I know I told you I wanted to do this, but this is not something that really fits in what I want to do right now. And when I hung up that phone, I felt empowered. I felt strong. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing anything that I really don't want to do. I'm not doing something because I feel like I need to do it to get in someone's good graces. I'm not doing any of that, right? And that was the first time that I was like, I set a boundary. And so what I tell women is this. When you say yes, in order to get out of that pattern, when you say yes to somebody and you hang up that phone and you go away and you like, shoot, why'd I do that? Go back and fix it. Yeah. Because if you do that enough, nobody wants to go back and change their mind to somebody. If you do that enough, you won't do it again. Don't put yourself
in that position to have to go back and call them back.
You won't do it again. So, but don't feel like just because you say yes, you're locked in. No, you have a right to change your mind. It's another thing I say. If you have a right to change your underwear, you got a right to change your mind. Change your mind. You can change your mind.
I'm stealing that. That's awesome.
Bonita, this has been amazing. You killed it. I enjoyed it. So this is how we like to finish the show, though. At the end of every show, I play a little game.
Okay.
It's called Pick One. I'm gonna give you two options.
Okay.
Don't bail yourself out. You can't pick both of them.
Okay.
One and done. You ready?
Yep.
Let's get it. You prefer event, like attending event or hosting events?
Attending.
Okay.
That's different.
Why is that different?
I didn't think you would say that.
Don't wipe your eyes. I'm finna make a cry on this one. When I researched you, I thought that you guys play a lot of family games and stuff. Like I was looking at your Facebook, social media. Who's the most competitive person inside of your family when it comes to game time?
Who would you guess?
I'm not gonna say you. I'm gonna say your daughter.
It's me.
No, you in there trying to win
Every
time. I went to a wedding shower last weekend.
Yeah.
And they were playing games, and a couple of games they weren't giving out gifts. I was like, wait a minute now.
What are we playing for?
What are we playing for? And so we finally played one game that gave out gifts, and I won.
You got like that with it. Like that with it.
That's hilarious.
She over there stepping
I
on
love
kids.
to win.
Man, she got me here crying again. Hey, you ain't first, you last.
That's it.
That's horrible. Get out the way. I give you the phrase, this is my moment. I give you the phrase, this is my moment. What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
First thing comes to my mind is that when I think of this is my moment, this is my time. It's my time to shine. It's my time to be all that I can be and to give all that I can give and make the biggest impact that I can make.
That perfectly sums up this is my moment. Living in your light, staying in your shine. I love that.
Love it.
Miss Bonita, we done.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me.
I'm going to close the show out. Just hang tight for me a little bit. Hey, guys, Bonita said it, man. You don't have to be perfect to be great. Boy, if that
Words
ain't
to live by right there.
What? If that ain't the truth, here's the deal, man. Everybody is under construction. Everybody is under construction. So don't get caught up in worrying about if your construction moving faster than someone else's or slower. Be you and love the you inside of who you are. And at the end of the day, go get it!
Join the movement, we bringing people together, bringing positivity, making changes for the better. Cause it's all about growth, all about success. We wanna see you rise, wanna see you